Please turn to page 85 for small group writing tools. These tools are specifically for all the small group writing lessons that we have had in this chapter: pre-emergent, emergent, and beginner level writing groups. On page 86, mark P, E, and B for pre-emergent, emergent, and beginner level groups. This is the writing position chart that your students would use that you could show them when they are first sitting down in a small group. We always want our good writers to sit up tall with their feet flat on the floor, their pencils ready to write. We walked over this process, but this is a nice visual chart that you can show your children as you're showing them how to sit in writing position for their different small writing groups. On page 87 is the letter formation chart. These are the different shapes, the names of the shapes, and the script you use when you're teaching the children how to write the different letters. This chart should be for your pre-emergent group. Please turn to pages 88 and 89. These are my two at-a-glance letter formation pages for you to use as a reference when writing the different letters of the alphabet. Page 90 and 91 are for the pre-emergent and emergent groups. This is a black line master of the alphabet. Then on page 91, this is a black line master that you could duplicate and put on the back side of the alphabet, one of many different black line masters you could use. This actually has the blends, and it has diphthongs and digraphs. If you notice, here's the pig. His mouth is open. The OI and the OY say oi. This is the pig that couldn't say oink. He only could say oi. He lost his voice. So we have our pig who lost his oink, and he can only say oi. So we have our OI and OY. We have the hammer hitting your thumb, ow, O-U-O-W. The TH is stick your tongue out sound. The SH is the sh sound, and the CH is you touch your chin, ch. Notice the hand with the ing, that's the ing, ing, spells ing, that's our ing motion. Down below here is where you could write high frequency words. The, my, he, she. As you learned those high frequency words, you could record them there. So when children are writing in their pre-emergent or emergent levels, they can flip this chart over to find high frequency words or to find other sounds on this card as well. Let's turn to the next page. On page 92 and 93, this would be for your pre-emergent and your emergent groups, both pages. They're the blends, and then the sound chart also of your digraphs and diphthongs, and then the ing sound on separate sheets. Again, these are different sound cards that you could use. It's really just different choices for you, whichever ones you prefer. On page 94 is a reference to expert words, high frequency words. This is a list developed by Rebecca Sitton, and these are the words listed in their frequency that children use them in their writing. So this is a nice little reference that you could go to in order to identify which words do you want to teach your children. On page 95 is our expert words black line master that you can duplicate. I like to put it in a bright color. For instance, I've made this shocking pink color. Our high frequency words, in which I typed in the high frequency words I was teaching the children for them to refer to as they're writing. This is placed on the back of the alphabet chart. So here's your sound card when children are writing unknown words, segmenting and finding the sounds, or flipping the chart over to find high frequency words, words they need to find and then write as fast as a snap. Here's your black line master on page 95. Page 96 is a large expert word as fast as a snap visual that you could place on a large chart just like the one behind me in order to show your children when you're doing interactive writing or a whole group lesson. On page 97, this is more for our beginner level groups, and this is a at-a-glance high frequency word list where the words have been put in alphabetical order. So children can, let's say, find the word because, they go to the letter B and then find the word because. It's a word wall for the children to have and access those high frequency words. Again, I would probably give this to your beginner level groups because now they can identify more high frequency words. Page 98, this is for your pre-emergent group. These are those picture cards for children to identify a picture, like for instance, bat, and that's a CVC word. And now they're going to segment that word and then slowly write it out. So these are pictures of short vowel CVC words that you will show your children for the segmenting portion of the pre-emergent group. On page 99, when they're at the emergent level small group where they're writing stories or information, these are the pictures for characters that they would choose for their stories. So they would look at these picture cards to figure out what character they would want in their story at that emergent level small writing group. These pictures show characters that would end up being CVC type of words. Page 100 and 101 will be for the emergent level groups. These are picture cards for the setting of a story. On page 100, this is the setting that tells the time or the when is the story happening. On page 101, these are pictures of the setting to show the location where the story is happening. This way, children can just identify a setting quickly in this part of the lesson using these picture cards.